Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Hallie, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And Sayori is full-blown suicidal right now. I can see it. Her roommate isn't just attacking her, he's murdering her before my eyes. She'll kill herself tonight if something isn't done. I need to tell her parents. I need to get her to a hospital. I need to go to her now. I lift my foot but can't complete the step. A tiny voice deep inside warns me that it would be a mistake to help her now, despite how obviously she needs it. As if somehow things will end up worse if I do. How? I don't know what could be worse than Sayori killing herself, and I'm scared to find out. Fate. Fate has brought me here so I can help her. The same fate that seems confused about what it wants for me and Hallie. Well, screw fate. Mentally giving it the finger, I continue to listen.
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want to hurt anymore. Or, I don't want you to hurt anymore. He squeezes her hand comfortingly. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me?
Wordlessly, Sayori nods.
Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give to you. Sayori, you'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were.
I see. Shit, Sayori pretends to smile. Is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this.
Sayori.
It's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I know this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize it now. You really do know me better than anyone, Hallie. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So, Sayori can't even pretend to smile anymore. All of a sudden, Sayori turns around and drops to her knees. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. Although I don't scream, I also drop to the ground and hold my head in pain as my vision fades. An echo of pain, grief, and despair roars in my mind. It's like trying to withstand a tsunami. Within the echo, I somehow know that Monica and Yuri are also going through the same thing right now. Deep within the pain, I feel something snap inside. As the pain begins to lessen, I finally remember things I wasn't allowed to before. As I open my eyes, I see that Sayori and Hallie are gone. I'm not worried about them right now, though. I now know why fate is so divided over our relationship with Hallie. I also know why it would have been a mistake to help Sayori. Her suicide threat was a distraction to keep me away from where I needed to be. I start racing home. I'm late for dinner. When I arrive, the first thing I notice is an eaten bowl of chili and an empty cupcake wrapper on the table. In the living room, I see a light fixture crash down on the floor. It couldn't bear his weight when Papa tried to hang himself from it after eating his favorite foods one last time. And now he's screwing a hook into a beam in the ceiling to try again. Papa, no! He looks at me with surprise.
Go away. You're supposed to be with that boy. No.
He gets a confused look on his face.
You're too young for that. You should be helping your friend.
He shakes his head.
I don't know. You just shouldn't be here.
Stop! You don't want to do this!
Yes, I do, obviously.
How about we give Uncle Chris a call and invite him over? He loves your chili and would probably enjoy having some after all this time. Papa just shakes his head.
No, you can't stop me.
He's only partially right. I can't stop him physically. But that doesn't mean I can't stop him other ways. I let myself cry. Papa, are you really going to do this in front of me? In front of me?
Go to your room.
Killing yourself right in front of your Suki, your little Parfait girl.
Only if you don't leave.
hasn't been this bad since shortly after the accident. Desperate, I put my arms around him to give him a hug. It's my final weapon.
Go away! You're not really my daughter!
He screams this as he falls to the ground, clutching his head in pain. The echo of his mental agony roars through me again. From deep within the pain, I once more feel something snap. I know it came from within Papa's mind this time, and I'm afraid this crisis may have gone too far. But then, to my joy, for the first time since the traffic accident, I hear the door to my sister's room unlock while I'm out here with him. I don't forget what she said to do if the opportunity arises, and I immediately call out, Yuri! My older sister bursts out of her room and comes running. It's been so long since we've been able to be together like this instead of just friends in the club. I want to hug her and tell her how much I love her, but there's no time. How did... She sees Papa collapsed on the floor crying. Oh, Papa. He needs a doctor. I've been trying to get him to call Uncle Chris, but he refuses. Papa, Natsuki's right. You need to call for help now. Anyone, even 911, can you do that? He looks up and sees the two of us.
No, go to your rooms. I can't handle both of you together.
The echo hasn't gone away completely, and I feel it start to build up again. Yuri looks at me worriedly. This is worse than last time. He's mentally falling apart and insisted on killing himself. Papa, stop. You don't want to die.
Yes, I do.
If that were true, we wouldn't be here trying to stop you.
I deserve to die.
It wasn't your fault that the truck ran a red light. It wasn't your fault that Mama died. It wasn't your fault you hit that girl when you swerved to avoid the truck. It wasn't your fault we all died and only you lived.
Stop. Please, don't remind me.
For a second, I see the accident again. My manga scattered across the street, torn and ruined. A teenage girl with coral-colored hair that had been waiting for the crosswalk at the wrong time while I'm lifeless nearby. I see myself through Papa's eyes, my neck at an unnatural angle. Yuri has pieces of metal puncturing her heart and stomach, the book she'd been reading fallen in her lap. Mama, slowly bleeding out, with Papa helpless to do anything about it. The echo of Papa's pain from remembering this hits us again. If it's this bad for us, how much worse must it be for him?
Why won't you go away?
Because you won't let us. Because deep down you want us to convince you not to do this. Call Uncle Chris, you know he'll help. We feel Papa start to pull himself together. But instead of picking up the phone, he picks up the rope. He steps up onto the stool to tie the rope onto the hook. I look at Yuri in despair. If he won't call anyone himself, what can we do? You stay here and try to slow him down. I'll go for help. Go for help? How can a figment of Papa's imagination get real help? Yuri sees the questioning look in my eyes. His mind is fracturing. Because of that, I think I'll be able to bring Mama here. She'll know what to do.
No, not that.
I shudder a bit from the echo of Papa's terror at the thought of that. Normally bringing Mama here would be impossible. Unlike Yuri and I, he never imagines she's in the house with him. It hurts too much. But with his current mental state, he can't control us like he usually does. He wants us to live and behave like we really would, and he knows this is what we would do if we were really here. I'm certain that Mama can keep him from using the rope, but I'm also afraid the strain will be too great. That seeing her will cause his mind to break completely, making him lose his already tenuous connection with reality. But he's not stopping. Although he's having trouble with the knot, not surprising given his condition, given enough time he'll finish tying it. Go, get Mama, you're right, she's his best hope right now. Yuri nods and runs off. I look at Papa pleadingly.
You're not real. You can't stop me.
Papa, you're ill, you need help. I comfortingly reach out my hand towards his. Both of our eyes grow wide as I grasp it. He hates it when I try to touch him because it breaks the illusion when he just passes through me. It's the real reason I usually avoid hugging him. But now, this fantasy is more real to him than the physical world. I pull his hand off the rope and just hold it.
How?
I don't know, and as much as I've wanted to for 4 years, I'm terrified to be holding his hand right now. This has never happened before, not even the last time he tried to commit suicide. The fact that I'm able to touch and move Papa's hand is a disturbing sign as to how mentally unbalanced he currently is. Papa, please!
Stop this!
He swings at me like he has so many times before. But now, instead of passing right through me like usual, he hits me. I cry out in pain and fall to the floor. It is the first time he's ever laid a hand on me like this. Before the accident, he never even spanked Yuri or I as a punishment. Even if neither of us could admit it, we both knew every time he swung or threw something that it would go right through me.
Suki.
He jumps off the stool and holds me in his arms. Papa. I just let him hold me. It feels nice to be held by him like this again, even though I know what it means the condition of his psyche must be like. And it's also keeping him away from the rope, giving Yuri time to... He jerks his head and looks at me. I can't keep anything from him. How can I when I exist solely within his mind? But it's too late. We hear the footsteps at the door. Rikuo!
Monica.
Just as he always sees me as a 14-year-old girl, in Papa's eyes, Mama is always the young woman he fell in love with back in high school. The one who tutored him in English, a language he barely spoke, after his parents moved to America from Japan.
So that's why it's Uncle Chris.
The one he spent months getting to know and becoming friends with before he was finally able to confess his feelings in a poem and win her heart. Oh, Rikuo. She kneels down to comfort him. The mental panic echoing from Papa becomes unbearable. This isn't a tsunami. It's indescribable. I keep expecting something to snap again as he loses his mind completely. But somehow, Papa manages to hold on to what little sanity he has left, and eventually the pain starts to lessen. When I can see clearly again, I see Mama stroking his arm and doing her best to comfort him. I'm a little concerned that Sayori is now here with Yuri, though I suppose it doesn't matter. At this point, yet another splinter of Papa's mind can't make things any worse than they already are. Rikuo, you're scaring the girls, scaring me. Chris's number is right on the speed dial, just one little button.
I don't deserve. You all died because of me.
He looks toward Sayori.
Especially you. I don't even know your name, and I killed you.
Sayori is the name he made up for the girl who died when he began imagining her as friends with us. She looks at him solemnly. My daddy came to visit you in the hospital a couple days after the accident. He told you that he'd read the police report.
I tried to tell him how sorry I was for...
And he told you that there was nothing to forgive because he knew it wasn't your fault. Papa closes his eyes and looks down. You weren't drunk. You weren't speeding. Your eyes were on the road and you were trying to avoid a crash when you swerved. Papa, the only person who has ever blamed you for the accident is yourself. Sobbing and with tears streaming down his face, Papa reaches out and presses the speed dial button on the phone. I hold my breath, praying that Uncle Chris will pick up.
Rikuo, been a while, man. What's up?
Papa doesn't say anything, but just curls up on the floor crying.
Rikuo? Oh, Rikuo! Just stay there. I'll be right over.
I let out a sigh of relief, knowing that help is on the way. Yuri smiles and gives me a little hug. Uncle Chris lives 10 minutes away, but it's not even 5 before he's rushing through the front door. He sees the mess in the living room with Papa lying there just crying and knows what Papa had been trying to do.
I am so sorry I forgot Natsuki's birthday. You know I wouldn't intentionally leave you. It was her 18th. She should be a grown woman now, hanging out with friends, making me worried about boys, not dead.
Uncle Chris kneels down and holds Papa in his arms.
I know. I miss them too.
After some time and a lot of encouragement, he convinces Papa to go with him to the hospital. As they walk towards the door, Papa looks towards the 4 of us. I start to raise my hand to wave to him, but Mama grabs it before I can. I know she's right. We can't interfere with him getting the help he needs. I'm still sad at not being able to at least wave goodbye one last time. If things go right, this is the last time I will ever be with him like this. Okay, everyone. It's almost time to leave, but before we do, I was thinking we should come up with some new activity ideas together. The poems list are great, but I don't want us getting into a rut. Maybe we should share our short stories or work together on a longer narrative. A group project sounds neat. I don't know. With all of our different writing styles, I doubt a collaborative story would turn out well. Does that matter as long as we're having fun?
How about we brainstorm on it tonight and talk about it tomorrow?
Good idea. I'm not going to just brainstorm, I'm going to brain hurricane.
I guess we're still not Natsuki.
Monica looks confused at Sayori. You can't.
If anyone can brain hurricane, it's Sayori.
Sayori beams.
So does that mean we're not going to have a planned activity tomorrow?
Actually, I have an idea. It might be a bit personal, but how about we all bring in and share our first poem? I'm not talking about our first poem from last week. I mean our first poem ever. Then we can compare them to our poems now and see how we've all improved. Hey, I'm not too proud of the things I wrote in grade school either, but I'm now okay with sharing, at least with you guys. That sounds fun.
That does sound like a good way to cap off our poem writing exercises. You're right. It will show us how much we've changed and grown.
Okay, everyone. I think that's all for today. Remember tonight's assignment. Think of some new activities and bring your very first poem to share. See you all tomorrow. We begin collecting our things. Hallie walks up to me.
Ready to walk home?
I smile at him. Of course. I blush at the winks and grins from Monica and Sayori. The smile fades a little as I see Yuri by herself. The walk home is so much better with Hallie beside me. It's kind of a shame we didn't get any new members with the festival.
Yeah, but I don't think it's because of anything we did. Everyone enjoyed the cupcakes, decorations, and even the poetry itself. But I think the Literature Club is special. Not just anyone is going to feel at home in it.
Do you have any other friends you might think that might fit?
Not really. Well, maybe. My buddy Jean, is active in the tabletop RPG club and really loves fantasy. He's read almost every fantasy book you've ever heard of: Lord of the Rings, Mistborn, Wheel of Time. His favorite, though, is his monstrous series called the Everlast Saga. He tried convincing me to read it once, and after I saw all the footnotes and appendices the first book alone had, I noped out.
The Everlast Saga. I have never read it, but a plan begins to form in my mind. He sounds like he might be a good candidate. What else can you tell me about him?
He's a bit of a geek, though a good guy. He likes video games, that's mostly what we do when we hang out together. He does all types of tabletop RPGs, especially D&D. He loves world building and has made some very detailed ones for his campaigns. He also likes to collect replicas of fantasy weapons. He's got Bilbo's sword, Thor's hammer, Varnus's dagger, a spear from some bridge dude.
Really? No flipping way. This can't be just a coincidence. Deep down I know it isn't, but that it's still okay. So, is he cute?
I don't know. Wait, why are you asking me that? I thought you...
I gently kiss him on the lips. I then quietly whisper to him. Yuri likes to collect knives and loves the Everlast Saga. I know she'll forgive me for telling him that, especially once she meets Jean. He just looks at me a little dumbfounded for a bit. Finally, he puts two and two together.
Oh, right, Yuri.
He grins at me. It's a good thing he's so cute because he really can be pretty clueless at times.
I think with some cupcakes I could convince him to visit. And if someone were to start talking to him about his favorite books, I know he'll never leave. Having him and Yuri meet is an excellent idea, not? I'm sorry, do you not like being called that?
If you want to call me something special, call me Suki. It means favored or liked in Japanese. Just not around others. It's a little embarrassing when English speakers mistake it for Suki. He smiles.
I like the sound of that, Suki.
He puts his arm around me as we walk down the street together, plotting the end of Yuri's solitude.
I'm very confused. Okay.
Riku, are you okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
You weren't with me just now, were you?
No, I've been sitting right here.
But your mind was elsewhere, wasn't it? Where were you? I know this is uncomfortable for you to talk about, but I can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on inside your head.
I was seeing them together again. All of them are happy, planning fun activities to do together. Natsuki and her new boyfriend are trying to find Yuri someone she'll like. My little Parfait girl is finally growing up. I mean, I know, it's just my imagination.
That's why we're here right now.
Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. I like when Papa plays with me and Yuri. I like when Papa takes us to the beach. I like when Papa reads to me. I like when Papa tells me jokes. I like when Papa takes me out for dessert.
Where in the world do they spell dessert with Z's?
I like when Papa calls me Suki. I like when Papa smiles.
Smiles is what that says. Dear God, my brain is melting.
I like when Papa says he loves me. I love my Papa. Bye, Natsuki.
And don't think I didn't see that allowance is also misspelled. Bah! So I guess that's the end of Papa's Parfait, girl. Goodness, that was a very bizarre twist ending. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna have to piece together my thoughts for the review later. But that is going to do it for this mod. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you next time with more Doki Doki. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye!